Phones like this are so rare now, guys. A small phone is actually good, but that's what we have here with the Sony Xperia XZ1 Compact. And let's take a quick look at the design of the box first, and then look inside. So this is your typical Sony Xperia box. Pretty nice minimal design on it. And some specs here, some high-end specs we'll go over later in the video. Alright guys, let's go ahead and unbox it. And some nice colors here around the edges. So I got the black version of it, and right on top we have the XZ1 Compact. And getting this in a second. So a little tray. And underneath that we have the manuals. And it looks like a USB Type-C cable as well. Let's go ahead and open it up. So you have a bunch of manuals here. And USB Type-C cable. And underneath that we have a wall adapter, and that will differ depending on your region. And finally some headphones. M8750, these are pretty good headphones. And I'm actually recording this video right now with the XZ1, so let me know what you think of the quality. And just some additional earbuds and clip. Alright guys, let's take a look at the phone. So we're going to be taking off the wrapping here nice and slowly. If you guys saw my iPhone 8 Plus video, not going to make that mistake again of peeling off real quickly. And here we go. Very nice design on this. And the back as well. So I'll have a more in-depth comparison with the XZ1 and this later in the video. But not the most high-end material on this, more of a plasticky feel. And let's go ahead and power it on. Now this phone's Snapdragon 835, 4GB of RAM, 720p screen at 4.6 inches. And this is a huge step up from last year's X Compact. And this phone also bringing back waterproofing, one thing the X Compact did not have. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my info and I'll be back in a second. So switch out the phone recording the video. I have the XZ1 over here and the XZ1 Compact, and then finally the X Compact here on the left side. So this was last year's model, more of a mid-ranger, whereas of course these two are brand new. And we'll take a more in-depth look at these two later, but for now let's focus on the XZ1 Compact. So going over the specs real quick, 4.6 inch screen, 720p, 8 megapixel front-facing camera, and 19 on the back. Now this camera is capable of recording in 9 to 60 frames per second, super slow motion. You have 32GB internal storage and micro SD card support, 2700 capacity battery, which I think should be pretty good for a phone this size. Again, Snapdragon 35, 4GB of RAM, the phone is waterproof, IP68 certified, and a fingerprint scanner over here on the side. USB Type-C at the bottom, and on the side you have a camera shutter button right here, the fingerprint scanner, and a volume rocker. And at the top, guys, need to mention this, you do have a headphone jack, so great to have. And look at the other side. And one more look at the back. So again, this is a plastic build, but still pretty comfortable. Now, this is only the second non-Google phone of Android Oreo, and you guys see kind of an Oreo theme here with the black and the white. And the first non-Google phone of Android Oreo is the XZ1. So let's take a more in-depth comparison of these two phones. So the main difference is the size. Obviously, the XZ1 Compact a lot smaller, 4.6 inch screen, 720p, versus 5.2 and 1080p on the XZ1. Now, front-facing camera is better on the XZ1, 13 megapixels versus 8. Although both have the same camera on the back at 19 megapixels. The XZ1 comes with more storage, 64GB versus 32, and both phones do a micro SD card support. Same size battery on both, 2700, and should be pretty good on the XZ1 Compact considering the size. Snapdragon 835 and 4GB RAM on both phones are waterproof. So taking a look around the edges, and mostly the same stuff here, Type-C at the bottom, and a fingerprint scanner. Then the headphone jack at the top. One big difference though is the quality of the sides. You have metal on the XZ1 versus plastic on the XZ1 Compact. Same is true for the back, so in terms of design, easily going to the XZ1 all metal build versus plastic. And finally, both phones dual speakers on the front here. Very quick comparison, the X Compact versus the XZ1 Compact. But in terms of design, both pretty similar, very similar size. And both phones made of plastic. So of course, since the XZ1 Compact is 1 year newer than the X Compact, has a lot of advantages. But two big advantages of the XZ1 Compact that make it more of a high-end phone versus a mid-ranger is that it has waterproofing and the latest Snapdragon processor. Last year with the X Compact, they settled with the Snapdragon 650 rather than the 820. And let's do a brief look at this super slow motion camera. Again, 960 frames per second. And let's go ahead and play the clip. Do a brief look at this super slow motion camera. Yeah guys, absolutely ridiculous. Now most phones like the iPhone 8 Plus for example, only 240 frames per second. Again, 960 frames per second. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's been a really long time since any company released a phone like this. A small phone of flagship specs, and awesome to see the XZ1 Compact. So don't go expecting the most high material on this phone, but it's extremely comfortable and easy to hold. In addition, the software and everything feels well optimized, so I'm sure it'll be an awesome phone with lots of testing to do. Lots and lots of videos planned for this phone, camera tests, battery, speed tests, and more. And it should be very interesting with the speed test because it has a 720p screen. Now if you guys are not already subscribed, please do so by clicking in the middle there. This channel originally called Xperia Fan, so a huge emphasis on Sony Xperia products. Or you can watch another video right now in the top left corner. And as always, thanks for watching.